Hi, and welcome to um, Reality Check podcast featuring the conversation. And I have with me today Brother Ron Chisholm, who's always willing to be on this show with us just to have this conversation. And the conversation that we're having is one that everybody's having, with what's going on with the presidency, what's going on in our state of Louisiana, how to flip it back to reds, and we just conversations and things going on, and that's what we are doing today. We're having this conversation just to talk about our support for Kamala Harris because I still feel so energized and cheerful, and I feel great that she's running and getting all this attention and support. And as I say to people, even if she don't win, which I doubt, because I really believe that she's going to win this election. And even if she don't, I mean, we have made a milestone. I mean, this is a big step that we have made, and we won't stop. We'll do it again. So, yes, Ron. So, what do you think about the election and how it's coming, and all this stuff going on, like Donald Trump talking about his assassination, attempt assassination, and all this. So, you still feel good about Kamala Harris and support because sometimes we be happy and energized and then forget about it.
Well, I can
Yeah.
tell you straight up, I'm excited. Not only excited, but I'm motivated to do
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah.
I've been telling everybody, and I don't have a question in my mind about her losing. I think that you say she's already been a winner because
Mm-hmm.
she's got us out of a deep stupor. We didn't know what was going to happen once she jumped into the race.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Yeah.
excitement, the adrenaline got
Yes.
fired
Yes.
up. So
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
and I see it
Yes.
all over the country. I do a little traveling. But different places I go, there's an excitement. When I look at the crowds of people, enthusiasm in the crowd, it's just very hopeful,
Just
and it's
talk
hopeful for
about
our
nothing wrong.
generations, our young people, that we're not sitting here complaining about it or talking about what he's doing. We're really spending time saying what we're going to do to make a difference.
Right. Absolutely. And I think, well, what we're going to do, we have on the 28th, which is next Saturday, we have a backyard event to support Kamala Harris, and we're inviting whoever want to come. And this is to support her, let her know that the people in Louisiana is supporting her. Even though we have this state is a blue state, we want her to know that we're supporting her here, and that women, especially women and young people. So we're gonna have young people out to talk about their support and and that too. So we're trying to get that done. But Ron too, I want to just mention about the Donald Trump, and I really hate even calling his name,
Mm.
but I mean, but just mention how low he can go. I mean, the man is just. I think he's setting up these assassinations and all of that. He can go low, and what do you think about this? I'm afraid for the world because I think people are, you know, people are getting killed all over, and people speaking out. I'm afraid for Kamala Harris too, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
to me, Raul, my concern is not even the Donald Trump. It's the millions
Uh,
of people that's following him.
mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
Congress that has forgotten that they're legislators. They're now they're following the crowd. So
Mm-hmm.
what
Mm-hmm.
has educated me now, informed me, is that a lot of this stuff has been this way.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that Donald Trump was able to illuminate
Mm-hmm.
all the crookedness and the evil and people who followed him. A lot of the folks have in their heart what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He's just elevated. It's not just the Ku
Mm-hmm.
Klux Klan or the
Mm-hmm.
Proud Boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's a millions of Americans,
White
white
boys.
folks are following him, and you got a Congress that's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be, making decisions on behalf of the community. They're making a decision based on a dictator.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just him; it's what he's been able to do as an organizer He was able to organize his troops, the racism, in a way that no other president been able to do it,
Hmm.
And that's what we got to really observe. You know, what's going on has been like this.
Right. And it's because white folks, old white men have been in charge. And I think they just afraid that they're going to lose that control. You know,
Right.
they don't have that control anymore. That black people, people of color, is showing their wealth and showing what we have done for this country. And I think the true history of this country's coming out is like I said, the truth that struck the earth shall rise again, and I think it's rising around. And I could hear the change falling. I could hear the change falling.
Yeah.
You know, and I think and they're afraid of that. They are so afraid that it's going to happen. But their own young people are supporting Kamala Harris. And you know,
That's the exciting thing.
yeah,
She's motivated so many young people to get registered, to go out and vote. She's been educating them, not just getting them registered. She's been educating them,
yeah.
and they follow her. You can hear it on Facebook and social media.
Hmm. And,
Yeah.
and the change, hear the change in young folks' conversation. Early on, when I would have conversation with them, it was all about Donald Trump, and you know, Donald Trump gave the money, and all the stimulus package. They thought it was thinking that he did all of that, and then as you talk to them and educate them, I hear the change in their conversation now.
Let me
They,
say about for me, the change for me is that in the black community, everything we've gotten has been through organizing.
mm-hmm,
And sometimes we forget for a minute, but now he's reminding us if we're going to continue to win, we got to organize, not just for political dynamics.
that's right.
I mean, that's just one aspect. For our life, we got to keep organizing.
Mm-hmm,
Everything we've gotten in history,
mm-hmm,
whether, even before the civil rights, you had the
mm-hmm,
Marcus Garvey, you had the Nation of Islam, you had the Panther Party, you had the Civil Rights Movement, you had the Women's Movement.
mm-hmm.
It's been through organizing. And we
And
got to go back. Even though some of us are doing halfway decent, we got to make sure for our other
we got to make
generation.
sure that we
That's
don't
right.
go back.
That's right. So we got to go
That's
back to
right.
organizing.
We can't go back. We have put in a lot of work.
Right.
We have put in a lot of
That's
work,
right. That's
and
right.
and for us to go back would be so to me would be so hurting because we have done so much work in the community, boots on the ground, trying to make sure that the right policies hit the community, and all that kind of stuff. So um, I I didn't come this far to turn around now or to have Donald Trump, anybody like him, to say I can't move on.
I say
You know.
I totally, and I look at the work we've done on the ground level, and I work with you, you work with me, work with
Hmm.
Brother Tyrone, work with so many people in this city and in this state. See,
Hmm.
I think we're trying to make sure that the state's a red state.
Hmm.
So
Right.
beyond the politics, I want to like that's the savior. That ain't no savior for us. The work we've been doing at the ground level, to me, has been our savior.
Hmm.
And we got to go back to what we know best. We got to deal with the politics. We got to deal with these elections. But my mind ain't focused on that as much as that what I'm going to keep doing. I'm 83 years of age right now,
Hmm.
and I got to keep working. I got to keep, I can't do all the things I used to do, but I don't stop doing it.
Hmm.
I got to keep doing it. So I'm putting what my history is on, your history, and other people's history. Have brought it to the point where we're at right now, and that's what
Hmm.
I'm driving on. I
Hmm. Hmm.
I want Kamala to win. She's gonna play a major role,
Yes,
but
she
she
is.
can't do it by herself. When she get elected, if we don't play a role, and sort of like we did before when President Obama got elected,
Right,
we, we,
right,
we got too relaxed,
right,
And if
right.
she gets in there, we got to accelerate our work. That's what I'm
That's
concerned.
right.
I'm not looking for her to get us out of this situation.
Hmm.
She's only motivate for us to continue doing our work. That's how I see
And,
it.
and 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 I know she want us to hold her accountable.
Right.
It will keep her moving forward
Right.
because we can forget. But I think the community, we have to hold her accountable, remind her of what she said and what we want and what we need, what the community needs. And I think we have to continue to do that because she's not everywhere. She's not God. She's not everywhere. She's not omnipotent or she don't see everything either. So we have to give her this information, keep spreading that information to her so she can know what's going on here, and especially with the abortion thing, Roe versus Wade,
Yeah.
we got to get that back in order. I mean,
Right.
for women, I have granddaughters and great granddaughters, and I want to see them be in charge of their own body with the right necessary information. You know, I want them to be able to do that. I was able to do that, and I want them to be able to do
And
that.
I'm in agreement with you, and I also know they're also trying to take away the equity.
Mm-hmm.
Years and years we fought against racism,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're developing, and our state is doing it. Many states are doing it. Florida is doing it. They're trying to make sure that in the black community, brown community, we don't deal with equity. They call it diversity and inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to wipe all of the way. They're also trying to take history out of the schools and our library. Once we lose our history, we in trouble.
That's right.
We in trouble. So history ain't just reading about what happened in the past. It's about what's giving us our strength.
Right.
So we also not even make new mistakes. We're gonna make some mistakes.
Right.
So we gotta do this beyond just the political dynamics, because they're going systematically. While we focus on him, all these other governors who follow him are doing their thing. They're passing legislation, and you got a state Supreme Court justice. Is disgraceful.
Like I tell people, there's a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
And we have to get on top of those things,
Right.
because they will slip right past us and they become law, and you don't understand. You be still working on that old way. Oh no, they can't do this because yes, they passed a new bill, a new law, and you didn't recognize it because of the way they did it. So we have to be very keen on what's going on out here. And it's another thing that you mentioned, Ron, when you talked about um, this Roe versus Wade. We talk about childbearing. I was listening to a news earlier where we had the two young ladies that they really showing. One died at home because she couldn't have an abortion. She's 41 years old, and the other one died at the hospital because she couldn't get the right abortion. Because the doctors are afraid to treat women because of what Donald Trump is saying and the laws. So all that got to be changed. Roe versus Wade got to be back in place again. And Kamala Harris want to do that. And women, it is a fight for us. And with the support of our men, we want that support. We want to fight for that right. And we can have that right. We just have to fight for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I say, I'm encouraged with Kamala Harris because she's got a team around her that understands she's got a network, and the net is working for her right
And
now.
I never felt so good about an election where I felt this good about Barack.
Yeah.
But I feel even better. I didn't think that I could feel any better. But after Barack ran, I didn't think that I could feel this good about another black person.
Why you think that is? Because Barack was at the height, and then having a beautiful, strong sister with a hell of a history. Is there something that's got you even more excited? What is that you think?
I think I got two or three reasons that I'm excited. One is that it's a woman.
Mhm.
Two, it's a black woman. Three, I see the Bible revealing this. I just see it coming. I remember back in the days, my mom and they used to say, "Yeah, everybody think that Jesus is gonna be a man coming from the right, and there's gonna be a woman coming from the left, and you're gonna miss yourself. You're gonna miss your savior, by looking for a man, and it's gonna be a woman." And I just feel believe that women are more compassionate, you know, and like we always say, men's wear things on the sleeve, women wear it on heart. It's just like just like I mean, it's a conversation. It's just like you can like with husband and wife, one will come up with some, and then you go, where you get that from? What are you talking about? I don't even remember that. And but she remember, but you don't, because it just happened and it's right or wrong. But we hold things so dear, and that's why we hold our children lives so dear to us. And we have to get back to fighting and support the men and men supporting us, and we do this thing together the way we're supposed to be.
To me, like what you said, being a woman, being a black woman, and she's a very spiritual woman.
She's very
And I'm gonna say
spiritual,
a full
strong,
thing. When I look
mother
at
with,
when I look at this, Vine, look at your shirt on the back.
hmm
You're not going back. That also says she's an organizer.
That's right.
And
That's
that's
right.
the piece
That's right. Yeah,
that's what
it.
I'm excited about.
Uh-huh.
It makes up those 4 key points you made.
hmm
Her being so she got a history of organizing.
Right.
She got a history of prosecuting.
Prosecute.
But she's a fair.
hmm
She's and I really believe when she gets elected, she'll make sure this guy go to jail.
Yeah, I think so too.
I really believe that.
I really believe so.
Because
no one else can
right.
do it, and they just been this man.
Right.
He does everything, and then he turn around and come up with a reason why he can do this, and he gets away with it. I mean, to me, he's getting away with it because he's still out there. It's like this, just like P Diddy. What's that P Diddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like right now, he's in jail for some of the same stuff.
Right.
And he's in jail. He can't even make bond.
Right.
And Trump has done so much and so much more and worse, and he's still out here.
Right.
So there's something wrong with our justice system.
Right.
So we have to make sure that what it is, we have to deal with it. Because if we all become registered voters, and we can change this justice system, because we have 2 systems of justice.
And she knows something about the justice system.
Yeah, she knows.
She got a history.
Yeah.
And my understanding, my history, that she's honest prosecutor.
And Brian, you know what? What else? I think she's gonna be good because she's an honest person.
Right.
And then I think that will bring you in. That will bring us in to y'all training, giving some undoing racism training for for the president. I mean that office. I think it needs to be some undoing racism workshops taking place in that office.
Because the undoing racism talks about the system.
Mm-hmm.
You don't talk about just getting along with
Don't
white
talk
people
about just people.
holding hands, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
We talk about how to have a systemic analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And that commonly, to me, she's in it. She knows it.
Mm-hmm.
She fits such a perfect, like she just fits into that.
Yeah, she fits in that role just really well.
All of a sudden, and I'm glad to see Biden making that decision.
Yes, Biden was a good president. He's a good president.
Yeah, he could have held out and doing the right thing, and I ain't giving it up. I'm going down to the end.
Right.
But he realized it's for the people,
mm-hmm.
And he made a decision having a black woman up there. It's a hell of a decision he made, And
I think that's the way God wanted it to be.
Right.
It's planned that way.
Right.
But we didn't see it. We couldn't see it because we did not see a black woman raising up this fast. Right after we didn't see that. But God did. It was in the plan. And it's gone. I could just see it coming on around,
Well, God knew she was ready.
Yeah, he knew she was ready.
He knows it from day one.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
that's what I'm talking about.
He knows the history. So, we might be like confused because we still in the human dynamics.
Right.
But spiritually, so when she talks about that, it's real. When she talks about organizing.
And she's so open, Ron, for organizing. So I can see her being ready and open for undoing racism workshop.
I really
believe so.
I think you might be.
And I think this all it take is for once we get her in office, then we could go to her and talk to her about the need.
That's right. That's right.
Because we have analyzed this system.
Yeah.
So we know what the need is. The need is the training needs to take place in the White House.
In the White House.
Yeah.
Because right now our community needs to understand more about organizing. There's a lot of us out here done it, and some of our folks in the community already doing it. They just don't call it that.
Yeah, and we organize poor people all the time, and and we organize them to become registered voters because that's their strength, and we know they can use that. But we have to organize these folks who make these policy changes and stuff. We have to teach them racism what it is, you know.
Let me tell you, Brother Andrew, how you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
Good to
I'm
see you,
bringing
man.
in.
So,
Good to see you.
And yeah, before you answer, Ron, just want to acknowledge that another brother walked in,
Sure.
another brother by a different mother.
That's right. That's for
So
sure.
he's in, and I want him to, you know, we're talking about system. As I say to you all the time, you're always welcome to walk in, come up and walk in and sit with us and join the conversation. So, Brother Andrew, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Andrew Rose, and from previous podcasts, you guys, you know, I'm with this. I've been in this, and I'm enjoying the conversation that I'm hearing right now because um, this is something that this community, that this, you know, not just this community, but America in particular, and the world. You know, we ain't gonna ever get anything straight if we just chapping back and forth at each other and not understanding what is the roots of the problem. And, you know, the great divide in this country is racism. You know, it's what I feel. I'm so proud of Kamala Harris taking that position that she did and the people that who are supporting and backing her. And to me, it's God sent.
Yes.
And that's how I see it, as opposed to what we previously had and the person we have now. We know he's not nowhere close to being God sent or anything about being close to God. He works to divide. He works to be the ugliest person he can be, and he wants to bring us back, and that ain't happening.
And you know, like you say, the ugliest person he wants to be is because you listen to his niece when she's a psychologist, and she tells the story about this man growing up as a child, you know, and his grandfather and how they made him who they wanted him to be, you know.
hmm
and and that's why he's so mean. He don't know anything about love, you know,
No,
and we know that. I mean, and you know, so we cannot put a person in office who don't know anything about love.
right.
We
Where's
can't.
Melania?
Yeah,
She don't
yeah.
even show up no more. You know
Well, he got a
that's
new girl swinging on his.
yeah, but he's not. He's still married. So that just goes to show he don't value the life of the land.
Right.
I mean, she's disappeared. She doesn't. I don't blame her. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not giving her the blame. I mean, who would want to be with such an ugly, fat creature who spills nothing but hate? You know, so that's just my take on it. You don't see her, you know, maybe she's gone back to Russia and got her papers and said, hey, you can't buy me no more. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the
And
media will
yeah.
they'll talk about Kamala, you know, when they didn't see her. But nobody's saying, well, where's Melania?
And then with him talking about Kamala and the way she laughed, is because he have no experience sitting at the table, you know, laughing and going on with his mama, his grandmothers, his aunties, you know, all of that sounds crazy to him, laughing out loud, because he's not used to doing that. But that is what we do, you know.
And this,
And
yeah.
okay.
No, I was just saying this country needs to be educated and to what
Yeah, that's what
racism
I'm
is.
saying.
Yeah,
Ron,
and it
I
needs
think
to
that
be.
that's something that we should truly shoot for. Because Ron, know, from the time that I started working in the community, I have always felt that something else was missing, other than organizing people to attend a meeting, you know, get food stamps, get welfare, housing. I knew there was something else there. And when I started studying Black history and going, attending the People Institute workshops, I mean, it blew my mind because I never thought that anybody would take the stand to have that conversation. But it's done through the institute, and I just want people to just reach for it. Just reach for it. It's there. Reach for it.
Well, let me see. I know you're having this activity this coming week,
Mm-hmm.
and what's excited about you're gonna have young people, young black men, talking about the love and support they have for Vice President Harris.
Right, and it's going to
That,
be on podcast too.
yeah, well, we need. Do people need an address or something to know how to get here?
Yeah, 1707 Agriculture Street.
Okay.
1707 Agriculture Street. Phone number 504-827-5966 for
Excellent.
confirmation.
Good,
Mm-hmm.
good. That's beautiful. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see. And we need more of those backyard activities.
Yeah, we do.
We need
Because
backyard,
we don't need nobody
side yard.
saying,
That's
you're in
right.
my building, you can't say this and you can't say
No,
that. This is my backyard.
My backyard.
I
You know,
say, we say what we want to say.
A lot of people don't want you in their backyard.
That's right.
But
That's
you say,
right.
I want folks in my
My
backyard.
backyard. That's
I love
right.
it. I
That's
love
right.
that. I
That's
love
right.
it.
That's
It's a
right.
beautiful thing, boy.
Mhm.
So this, what date is this again, right?
Saturday, September the 28th at 4 p.m.
Oh, it's
4
gonna be
p.m.
beautiful.
At 4 p.m.
That's gonna be beautiful.
Not going to be hot. I've already checked. The weather's going to be nice for us. So come on out.
Yeah.
And hopefully we have some snacks. We're working on that, but we just don't want to just advertise and people come and say, you said you had food. You don't get
we don't get the got to get the message.
Yeah.
The message,
but this is about the message.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk really about a project 2025 and help you to see yourself in there and where Trump got you at. You know, what page you're on. Just like at the debate when we had with the guy named from Saturday Night Live. He did an excellent job in tearing down that Project 25. He went to certain pages that Trump, but it had things that we should know about. And so we're gonna try to get some of that done too, so you can know what Project 2025 means to you and your family.
Right. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about it because they have young people talking about. I've been talking about you're gonna have something going on in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Young people talking about the support. So we need people all around Louisiana, New Orleans to really hear this.
Mm-hmm.
So and make sure this podcast
Right.
get
so
out.
That's why we're gonna do it in the podcast the 3rd and the 10th, I think.
And you're gonna run it a few times, so people can really
see it.
Because hopefully other folks gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. Right. We want each one to have one. We're gonna say there's always some things that you can do. You know, a lot of people say ain't nothing I can do. I'm a vote for, but I can't do anything. But yes, you can.
A lot.
You can do a whole lot. I mean, the most work comes from individuals. You know, so you can do something. You can make phone calls. You can have 2 or 3 of your friends to make phone calls. Tell them to have 2 or 3 of their friends to make phone calls. You can, you can knock on doors. There's a lot you can do.
Mm-hmm. In your backyard,
and have a little gathering in your backyard.
That's right. I mean, that's a good way.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing, right? You know, we got several weeks to make this happen.
And we got to work like we never worked before.
Right.
And I know we worked hard for Barack, but I wanted to work twice as hard for Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That thing, but we're not going back. It's a serious.
We're not going back.
It's a serious statement.
Right. We're not going back.
You know, and the only way that happens is we do the work to make sure we don't go back.
That's right.
Say it is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but to get out there and do the work, you know, that's why we encourage folks to come to the gathering on the 28th at 4:00 in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a lot of young people talking about their love and support, and they're gonna be talking about what they're gonna do to get our elected.
That's right.
And I just gonna have
knock on
conversation.
doors and all that, so we can have young people that do so much. You know, our legs are gone now. They ain't as well, ain't as quick as they used to be.
Right.
So, but we're still here.
But our voice is still strong.
And I'm getting stronger. You know, getting better. So, like I said, God didn't bring me this far to leave me, and He's gonna let me see some better days here.
Yeah, well, you know, as an organizer, you organize and you help to get better too. You know, that's a beautiful thing. So you got to make sure you together as you help others get together. There ain't no one way. You can't do nothing for nobody. You don't do it for yourself. So you're doing it.
The reason I'm so sure that it's always something that we can do, everybody. It's like Um, Even though I was home sick, I couldn't get out in the community and do what I normally do. But I thought about something that I could do from my house, and that's the podcast. Still get information out there to you,
Right,
you know,
right.
and have you to call if you want more information to call. If you want to know more information about the institute and their training, you can also call us. Ron, you have a number for the institute?
Yeah, it's 504-722-3213. And we call it the People's Institute for Survival and Beyond. And primarily what we do, we show people how to strengthen their organizing, how to learn from history, how to develop leadership. And also make sure whatever work we're doing, what I like about the work you've done, and,
Mm-hmm.
and Candy, Brother Andrew, the work you've done, whatever happens to us as we transition to another part of the world,
Mm-hmm.
we've done our work in a way that it don't just depend on us.
Right. They can continue on.
It depends on the people that we work with,
Mm-hmm.
that we develop, and we call that an interdependency model, not a dependency model. Because sometimes people depend on one leader, and when they go, everything collapses. The work we've been doing over the last 30 years, 40, not how long it's been, we developed enough leadership, whatever happens to us to work on character. That's a beautiful thing to say, to know that we've all played a role with that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what keeps me motivated to know that it ain't just about me, Brother Andrew.
It's about us.
It's about all of us.
All of us.
And our young people. And when young people come here, when they come here on 28, it's going to be about them.
Right. That's
It's
right.
young.
That's right.
It's an intergenerational struggle. It ain't just about the older people, it's about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And you making sure that happens
Mm-hmm.
by having young people here. 4 o'clock, right?
4 o'clock.
Oh, it's going to be
4 o'clock.
it's going to be exciting, man.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we need that address one more time, right?
1707 Agriculture Street. That's and the phone number is 827-5966.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mm-hmm. So call me, come out, just come on over, And you can't miss it. We have a large um, sign outside. And what kind of sign we have in?
Neon.
We have a neon sign. I gotta say something anyway,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We have a neon sign.
You gotta highlight it.
with
Neon do highlight
just
it.
like with Kamala Harris for president, you can't miss us.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man.
So it's every day. And people are passing, stopping, taking pictures, asking questions about the sign, You say vote for Kamala Harris,
And Viola, I got my T-shirt
Okay.
that I've gotten here. And if somebody wants a T-shirt, have the same number.
Same number.
Same number.
827-5966.
We need to show a beautiful force.
Right.
So
Exactly.
if anybody's interested in a T-shirt, call that number,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a lot of them up here to share with you all.
Right. We have the black letters, and we have the ones in the blue letters.
Yeah.
So whichever one you want, let us know.
And they're $20 a piece.
$20 each.
Because we to put them together, we have to spend some money to make them, but
That's right.
and you only get basic costs. It ain't no money making off this.
Right.
Just-
Those are the Kamala Harris colors.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. We're not going back.
And this could be a souvenir for you. I mean, this is history.
Yeah.
You don't need a shirt to remember this. Pass down so your children can remember this.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of a long time of organizing and trying to come together to reach this point. So we're here, and we don't want to go back. We're not going back.
I'm gonna be wearing mine.
Forward.
I'm gonna be wearing mine because I want people to know I really believe in Vice President Harris. I really believe in it being out there. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna put it in the corner. I'm gonna wearing it
Mm-hmm.
as much as I can.
Yeah.
And knock on some doors too.
Yeah.
And meet with some of my friends. I'm let
Mm-hmm.
people know we gotta get out. We gotta.
Yeah, we gotta get out, and
Yeah.
everyone that we touch, we got to have them to touch someone else,
Mm-hmm.
and ask them to touch someone else. And we're running out of time, Ron, and I'm so glad that your brothers are here today with me, and we're gonna see everybody on Saturday,
28th.
September the 28th at 4 p.m. right here In the backyard at 1707 Agriculture Street, 827-5966.
And you get your T-shirts
You
here
can get your
too.
T-shirts here too. Whatever color letters you want, you can get it here. $20.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're going fast, so you might need to call me
Yeah.
because the shirts are going fast. 827-5966.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron, for
Thank-
coming. Thank you
Yeah.
again for
Thank you,
coming in.
Thank you for the podcast.
Mhm.
See you next week.
Yes.